For years, Harley Davidson was slipping. Legacy models were growing stale, the younger generation was tuning out, and even Harley's most loyal dealers began to lose faith. But something is shifting. Behind the closed doors, a transformation is quietly underway. New leadership, bold design pivots, a strategy that finally looks like a plan and not a panic. And now the question isn't if Harley can survive, but is this the rebirth of an icon or a desperate gamble? Because what's happening inside Harley Davidson today might just change everything. Some say it's too late, while others say this is the smartest Harley's been in decades. And if you're a Harley fan, what's coming next might just excite you or divide you. So what exactly is Harley doing to steer this beast back on course? Let's break it down move by move. It all began with a shake-up at the very top. When Jochen Zeitz stepped into the CEO role in 2020, the company was at a crossroads wrestling with an aging image and declining relevance. Now, with his retirement plan for 2025, his impact is coming into sharp focus. Zeitz's tenure was marked by decisive action, especially through the Hard Wire, a long-term plan to sharpen Harley's identity and steer the company back towards stability and growth. So instead of chasing every trend or trying to be everything to everyone, the Hard Wire zeroes in on what Harley does best, which is strengthening its core segments. That means doubling down on touring bikes, the heart of Harley's brand, as well as large cruisers and the increasingly popular trike category. These models are the soul of the Harley experience, and Zeitz made sure they stayed front and center. But he didn't stop there. Zeitz also pushed for selective innovation, testing the waters in new global markets, exploring the electric space, and targeting younger demographics. All of this was done with careful intent. Evolve the brand without erasing its DNA. He cut unprofitable product lines, tightened supply chains, and reshaped the company's leadership structure to make decision-making leaner and even more focused. This wasn't just about riding out the storm, but was a calculated push to reclaim Harley-Davidson's place on the road, in the culture, and in the hearts of a new generation of riders. But with Zeitz preparing to hand over the reins, one massive question remains. Will the next leader carry his vision forward, or take the company down a very different road? And speaking of vision, the next moves Harley is making in product innovation might just surprise you. Following that leadership shift came a bold new approach to the bikes themselves. Clinging to tradition was no longer an option, as the motorcycle world had evolved, and the product lineup needed to reflect that. With the Hard Wire in motion, Harley began rolling out models designed to shake up expectations and attract riders who'd never considered the brand before. Take, for instance, the Pan America marked a stunning leap into the adventure touring segment, a rugged, tech-forward machine built to rival BMW and KTM. Meanwhile, there's the Sportster S, a modern reimagining of a Harley staple. It blends muscular styling with updated performance features, like a liquid-cooled Revolution Max engine and a stripped-down frame built for agility. It's Harley's way of saying, we still do attitude, but now it handles better too. And let's not forget the electric push with Livewire, which was once a Harley sub-brand, now a standalone identity targeting the future head-on. This sleek electric motorcycle aims to capture city riders, tech-savvy commuters, and a growing audience of eco-conscious enthusiasts. It's a bold pivot, which signals Harley's seriousness about evolution and not just survival. The company is even dabbling in mid-weight platforms and exploring modular designs to diversify its portfolio without diluting its DNA. But make no mistake, these aren't just shiny new toys for the showroom. These models represent Harley's attempt to prove it can be both iconic and innovative. To win back skeptics and pull in fresh blood, these bikes need to perform not just in specs, but in sales also. But even with a new generation of bikes on the lot, Harley's real challenge may lie off the factory floor in the dealer networks themselves. If you want to see how Harley Davidson is fighting back and reinventing itself, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because the story gets even crazier from here. Now back to the story. As we know, building innovative bikes is only half the battle. Getting them into the hands of riders is the other, and that's where Harley's dealer network has faced some of its toughest tests. In recent years, many dealerships have been caught in the crossfire of changing tastes and declining sales as inventory sat unmoved, customer traffic slowed, and for some, the dream began to fade. This strained relationship between the brand and its dealers became a quiet crisis that one Harley couldn't afford to ignore. To fix it, leadership began rolling out new support programs, better tools for inventory management, co-branded marketing efforts, and training resources to modernize the showroom experience. But the most important shift was a cultural one, turning dealers into hubs for lifestyle and community, not just retail. The goal is clear: reignite passion at the ground level. But that spark will only catch if dealers truly believe in the new direction. But revitalization isn't just about tools. It's about changing the mindset. Harley is urging its dealers to evolve from old-school sales hubs into full-fledged lifestyle destinations. Think community rides, rider training programs, local partnerships, and in-store experiences that turn one-time visitors into long-term brand believers. Still, this transition takes more than strategy. It demands belief from both sides. Dealers need proof that Harley's new direction will yield real, lasting results. And until those results show up in the form of foot traffic, rider engagement, and, ultimately, sales skepticism remains. So, with the dealers fighting to keep the dream alive, what about Harley's bold bet on electrification? Could this be the real game changer? While dealer showrooms fight to stay relevant, another transformation is charging ahead, and it's electric. Harley's leap into electric motorcycles has been one of its most radical pivots to date. The launch of Livewire, once a bold prototype, now a standalone brand, signals that the company isn't just dabbling in innovation. It's going all in. But electrification is more than just a new powertrain. It's a cultural shift. Harley is targeting younger urban riders who prioritize sustainability and sleek design over tradition. These new bikes are faster, quieter, and cleaner, but they also raise tough questions. Can a brand built on rumbling engines and raw power find its place in a quieter future? Just to make it work, Harley is investing in battery tech, charging infrastructure, and partnerships that could make electric riding even more accessible. Yet the challenges remain, which are high costs, limited range, and skepticism from die-hard fans. Still, the electric gamble is a defining moment. It's a bold answer to a changing world, and one that could either redefine the brand or leave it lost between generations. Yet, the journey toward full electrification isn't without its hurdles. Riders face range anxiety, a still developing charging infrastructure, and the lingering skepticism of longtime loyalists who grew up on the roar of a V-twin engine. These challenges underscore that while the technology is impressive, the cultural transition is equally demanding. Still, Harley Davidson's commitment to electric isn't merely a pivot, but a clear signal that the brand is betting on innovation to keep its spirit alive. This is a vision that doesn't shy away from evolution. It embraces the future while striving to retain that unmistakable Harley soul. Yet, electrification alone won't fix everything. What other transformations within Harley's walls might decide its fate in the years ahead? Alongside its push into electric and innovation, the company is also rewriting the story it tells about itself. They were once the symbol of rebellion, that rough edges, open roads, and blue-collar grit. But times have changed, and so has the brand's image. Today, there's a noticeable shift toward luxury, exclusivity, and a premium lifestyle appeal. From upscale merchandise, designer collaborations, to curated social events and showroom redesigns, they are aiming to attract a more affluent, style-conscious rider, which is now less about bar fights and tattoos and more about curated experiences and high-end aesthetics. Part of this comes from necessity. As younger riders prove harder to win over, Harley is leaning into the loyal customer base that still has disposable income and a desire for prestige. The bikes reflect this too, with more refined finishes, advanced tech, and higher price tags. But there's a risk. In chasing a premium image, Harley could alienate the very culture that made it iconic. The balance between polished luxury and rugged authenticity is razor thin. Meanwhile, with branding evolving and bikes transforming, the question becomes, is Harley doing enough beyond its home turf to truly grow? Also evolving is the lineup itself, and it's here that Harley faces one of its toughest balancing acts yet. Yes, Harley Davidson is updating its range of motorcycles, but this is a tricky challenge. The company isn't trying to sell every type of bike out there, but instead, it's focusing on the models it's known for and that have made it famous, which are the big touring bikes, large cruisers, and trikes. These bikes are getting modern upgrades like better technology and improved comfort, but they still keep the classic Harley style that longtime fans love. At the same time, Harley is also trying to attract new customers, especially younger riders who might want something different. That means pushing forward with electric motorcycles under the Livewire brand and creating smaller, more affordable bikes. These new models are meant to appeal to city riders and people who might find the traditional big Harleys too expensive or bulky. This balance is difficult because Harley needs to keep its loyal fans happy. I mean those who love the traditional Harley experience, while also showing younger riders that the brand is modern, exciting, and worth checking out also. If Harley moves too far away from its classic style, it risks losing the soul or identity that made it special. But if it doesn't change at all, it risks being ignored by the next generation of riders too. So, Harley is walking a tightrope, trying to be both true to its roots and open to the future. But while Harley refines its lineup at home, it's venturing into unfamiliar global territory, and the risks there could make or break its future. Moving beyond its traditional heartland, the company is now placing serious bets on global growth. For decades, North America, especially the US, has been Harley's most loyal and profitable market. But those markets are maturing, with fewer young people stepping into the world of motorcycling. So the company is shifting its gaze overseas, eyeing faster-growing regions like Asia and parts of Europe where motorcycling is still gaining traction. These new markets come with different demands. Riders in crowded cities like Bangkok, Jakarta, or Rome aren't looking for massive cruisers. They want something nimble, efficient, and affordable. That means Harley has to rethink its classic approach, designing bikes that are lighter, cheaper, and easier to handle without losing the essence of the brand. To succeed, Harley is teaming up with international partners, in some cases even co-developing bikes and moving parts of its manufacturing closer to its target markets, as this helps reduce production and shipping costs and makes the bikes more price competitive locally. But this isn't a guaranteed win. These regions are already dominated by strong local and regional brands, and Harley has to prove it can offer something unique without misreading what younger global riders actually want. So, with these global bets on the line, how is Harley handling innovation, especially when it comes to electric bikes? Alongside global expansion, innovation is steering the brand's future, and electric motorcycles are at the center of that transformation. Leading the charge is Livewire, which started as a Harley Davidson sub-brand but is now spun off into its own standalone electric motorcycle company. This move signals more than just a product shift. It's a statement. The Livewire represents Harley's deepening commitment to electric mobility, targeting a new wave of riders who prioritize sustainability, clean energy, and cutting-edge design. Electric bikes offer a different kind of thrill, smoother, quieter, and more environmentally friendly, aimed at city riders, tech enthusiasts, and those looking for an alternative to gas-powered machines. But Harley's journey into this space isn't without its roadblocks. High development and production costs, limited range between charges, and a charging network that's still growing make it tough to win over skeptics. And with fast-moving startups and tech-savvy motorcycle brands already fighting for dominance in the EV space, Harley faces an uphill battle to stand out. Still, the company is not holding back. With substantial investments in battery technology, digital interfaces, and new electric models, Harley is fully committed to the shift. This isn't a side project, it's a long-term play to redefine what riding means in a future where electric could be the new normal. The big question now is, will Harley's electric push spark a fresh era of growth or shock the loyalists who built the brand's legacy? The road ahead for Harley Davidson is anything but certain. Bold leadership moves, fresh products, dealer reinvention, global ambitions, and a high-stakes electric gamble. All signs of a company fighting to reclaim its place in a fast-changing world. Whether these efforts will ignite a new era of success or lead to more struggles is still up in the air. But one thing is clear, Harley isn't standing still. For fans, critics, and riders everywhere, the next chapters will be defining, not just for a motorcycle brand, but for a piece of American culture itself. So get ready. The future of Harley Davidson is unfolding right before our eyes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's next in Harley's incredible journey. See you soon.